up, guys? Not too long, reached back home from church, and today was a pretty chill day. I just relaxed a bit while doing some work, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I don't know if I told you guys yesterday. Okay, no, it's not possible for me to tell you yesterday. I actually went to sleep like 8 a.m. this morning, and I woke up around 1 to watch the Apple event. And yeah, after that, I pretty much just organized to go to church, and yeah, I'm back now. And guess what time it is? Nicholas, can you remember the first time you saw a camera phone back in the days, and what was your reaction to it? The first time I saw a camera phone would be the Nokia 3200, the one where there were two numbers on one button, the really weird looking phone. And my first reaction was, I need to have it. Like, literally, that was all I was thinking in my head. I need to have one, I need to get one. That phone has a camera built into it, but yeah, up to this day, I still haven't owned one, and that's because by the time I actually saved enough money to buy it was just so much more advanced than the Nokia 3200. So yeah, I just never owned one. Although up to this day, I still really like the design of the Nokia 3200. It might be weird, but it really reminds me of those days when I really wanted one and just never got one. Urshad, I think you asked a question already, and I pronounced your name wrong, so I hope I have it correct this time. Urshad or Urshad. What's your view on the legislation of marijuana? Actually, I do have a view on this though. I mean, I really don't mind if it becomes legal. I really think that alcohol is way more harmful and that is legal. So I don't see why marijuana is illegal but alcohol is. Maybe it should be the other way around. Jivan, why does the iPhone 6s so different than the iPhone 6? Your question doesn't make sense, bro. I'm just kidding. Zachary, what does the fuck say? Actually, let's ask one of my really good friends to answer this one for us. What does the fuck say?
Hearty ho.
What does the fuck say?
Wow pow 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 pow.
Zachary again. Why is the earth round? Well, the earth is round because all of the sand and mud particles around the earth kind of pushes the earth's surface into a bend, which causes it to have more cyanogen mud particles, making it round. Zachary again. Okay, real question. What are your thoughts on the iPhone 6s, and would you switch to iPhone even though it is crap? Actually, kind of like the iPhone 6s. I mean, I like the iPhone 6, but like I said, I always had an iPhone alongside my Android phone. Every time in the past, I would have the latest iPhone with whichever latest Android phone I had at the moment, until I sold my 5s to fund this gear for YouTube and stuff. But I really think the 6s would be the next iPhone that I own, because I kind of started missing iOS. Not missing it as in using it as my daily, but just having it in general, because the audio quality is really good, the camera quality is really good, and it's just a solid all-around device, assuming you don't want to do like a lot of intensive stuff. But yeah, I really think I want an iPhone 6s, so once I have enough money to make sure I can fund CES properly, I'll probably save up and buy the 6s after that. Kyle, could you receive calls and texts from both networks on the OnePlus 2, or do you have to switch which network you would like to use? You can actually receive calls from both networks, and when you're going to make a call, there's two call buttons. So there's one huge main call button with the number 1, and one little tiny button with the call number 2. So whichever one you choose to call from, it would call from that SIM card, and you can choose to make one your main and one your secondary. You can also choose to have one SIM card for calls and the other for data. There's like a lot of settings. It's really implemented in a great way. But I actually turned off my second SIM card because in my experience it actually took a bit more battery life when I had the two SIM cards activated. Cav, what's your opinion on the Sony Xperia Z5? I already spoke about this in my previous Q&A, but I really like it, and I hope someday to see that 4K display in real life. Moving on to Twitter now, and I just realized I'm not centered in the frame. Let me fix that real quick. Better? Okay, moving on to Twitter now. Tone E1, what do you use for inside lighting in your videos? I'll show you. There's this really small 160 LED light. I'm afraid to dim it because next thing I don't get back the brightness I had before. Let me fix that back. But yeah, that small little light is really bright. Like, I mean, it's amazingly bright. It can light this entire room, and it's very wallet friendly. Like, it costed me less than $20 or something, and it's built like a tank. I mean, the outer body, the plastic, kind of broke on me sometimes when I handled it rough, but the light itself fell on hard concrete at least 10 times, like for the least. And up to now, it's still going strong. Not even one of the LEDs has stopped lighting or anything like that. So I would definitely recommend it, and I'll leave a link below in the description if you want to check it out. Edward, I actually have a series of questions from Edward. So starting off, iPad Pro versus Microsoft Surface 3. Personally, I choose the iPad Pro since I'm more of an Apple guy when coming to tablets and computers and more of an Android guy when coming to smartphones. But I guess both would be really good, and whoever prefers Windows will prefer the Microsoft Surface 3. But me personally, I think I would go with the iPad Pro. If a US company had to come as a third option for cellular service, who would you pick? I would pick the one with the fastest data. Unlimited 2G data or 2 gigabytes of LTE on a monthly basis. I would say 2 gigabytes of LTE on a monthly basis, definitely for sure. Although here in Trinidad with Digicel, it's like we're paying 4G prices for 2G speeds. So it's on the iPhone 6s Plus. I actually like it, like not because it's new or anything. I just always liked the iPhone 6. I just never owned one. But I think the 6S would be, like I said before, my next iPhone that I would own, hopefully, if my wallet allows me to. But yeah, I actually like it, and I have no hate towards it at all whatsoever, contrary to popular belief. Apple TV or Nexus Player? Both. Would you consider shooting your videos on a GoPro only? If it's my vlogs, probably yeah, but TechSmash, absolutely no. No way. I love playing around with cinematic stuff so much that I actually wouldn't be able to use a fixed focus lens on my main videos. I mean, for my vlogs, probably, but actually for my, I have no idea. Probably not. Probably not. Moto 360 V2 or original Moto 360 with stainless steel backing. So the Moto 360 V2 has much better specs, but I just don't like the lugs on it. I prefer the look of the Moto 360. And I mean, given that my Moto 360, my current Moto 360, isn't giving me any sort of performance issues at all whatsoever, I think I would actually have to go with the first gen Moto 360 with that steel back, because the plastic back on the current Moto 360 is the only problem I can find with it. And yeah, although the Moto 360 has much better specs and it probably will have much better battery life, but I already get like 2 days with my current Moto 360, so yeah, definitely the first gen Moto 360 with the steel backing. It's Jordan asks, what is your best advice for someone just starting out on YouTube? I would say make as high quality content possible to your ability. I just do it consistently, and after that everything else would come. The subscribers would find you, everyone will just find you once you create good quality content, both in terms of visuals and the actual quality of the content itself that you're giving in the video. Silky Open Tech asks, how long did it take you to grow the beard, and is YouTube what you want to do in life? So I'm pretty sure I've been growing this beard for over 3 months, and I still have like bald spots and stuff, the usual struggle. But is YouTube what I want to do in life? I mean, for now it is the main thing I do in life right now, but I would like to say I would love if YouTube can act as sort of a stepping stone for something bigger. But I think even then I would still never stop making YouTube videos because I just love doing it too much. And yeah, that's pretty much all the questions I got for today, and I'm going to make a video for TechSmash now, exactly like this with this lighting, but just with much better audio. So yeah, just leave me alone.